The brand new Will Smith film is now in theaters, and even though there's not much to talk about when it comes to this movie, I'm gonna talk about it anyway. What's up, everybody? I'm Johnnie Omega, here with another movie review, this time talking about Gemini Man, so let's get to it. In this movie, Will Smith plays an assassin named Brogan who wants to retire but quickly realizes he can't get out that easy. His life gets flipped and turned upside down when he becomes a target of another assassin who he finds out is a younger, faster clone version of himself. When it comes to this movie, I wouldn't say it's horrible, but there's really only two good things I would say about this movie. The first is that I saw this movie in 3D with the high frame rate, and I gotta say this movie is incredible to look at. And this is coming from somebody who hates having to watch movies in 3D. So much so that I've actually turned down passes for early screenings for movies a few times simply because of the fact that they're in 3D. The only reason I saw this movie in 3D was because it was the only viewing I could fit into my schedule, plus I did hear a lot of good reviews about the 3D itself, so I figured why not. And actually, I'd say this is the second best 3D viewing experience that I've ever had in my life, right behind Avatar. The other thing I liked about this movie was the de-aging effect that they used on Will Smith. For some of the scenes, I thought the effects were really good, and if they had told me that this was actually unused footage from Will Smith from like 93 or something, I'd actually believe it. For some scenes, it was great, but for others, it leads me directly into the first thing I didn't like about the movie. There are scenes in this movie where that same effect that I thought was great was actually horrible. So horrible, in fact, that it boggles my mind how it even made the final cut of the movie. But besides that, my biggest problem with the movie is simply the fact that it really wasn't that interesting. A spy being hunted by another spy is nothing new. We've all seen that a million times, and the only thing differentiating this from all those other movies is the fact that it's Will Smith versus Will Smith. That in itself does make the premise interesting, but the problem with the execution of this movie is that they were working with a bad script. The dialogue wasn't good, there were logic problems all over the place, and when you go back and think about it, Mary Winstead and Benedict Wong's character didn't even need to be in the movie. Those two characters were really only there for two things. One, to give Will Smith somebody to talk to, and two, to be exposition dumps, which is also where the bad dialogue in the script comes in. And I don't really even understand how a bad script happens, because it's been floating around Hollywood for almost 20 years. During all this, there's been numerous directors attached, numerous lead actors attached, and a plethora of writers have been attached to this script at some point during the process. The point is that it's a shame that this is the end result of something that's been in development for so long. So in conclusion, the script was bad, the story was lackluster, the effects in this movie were good for the most part, and Will Smith, acting-wise, actually did a really good job with what he was given. All that being said, I'd say this movie is cool to watch if there's nothing else on TV. So comment below and let me know what you guys thought of the movie. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you've seen, hit that thumbs up and click that subscribe button to see what we got coming next.